fine for foreign nationals. The United States reports that a Nigerian counterterrorism operation killed 199 jihadists and recovered the largest cache of electronic materials seized since September 11 attacks. And Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, says in spite of the benefits of artificial intelligence, it cannot replace judges in determining legal rights and obligations. And Venezuela's acting president says displaced persons will be sheltered in temporary camps as earthquake death toll surpasses 1,400.
On business news, federal government begins plans for fresh Eurobond as it seeks to raise funds from international investors.
On sports news tonight, Gabriel Martinelli strikes in stoppage time to seal a 2-1 win for Brazil over Japan, booking their place in the round of 16 at the 2026 World Cup.
And from the nation's capital, Federal Executive Council approves comprehensive reforms for the National Youth Service Corps. Under the new policy, the scheme will be led by a civilian.
We begin with migration. The federal government is resuming the evacuation of Nigerians from South Africa. The next batch of evacuees is expected to arrive in Nigeria aboard an Air Peace flight which departed Nigeria today for South Africa. A statement by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Kimiebi Biefina, says the return flight is scheduled to depart South Africa at midnight, about 271 evacuees on board. The evacuees are expected to arrive at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, early Tuesday morning. Between June 11th and 24th, a total of 324 people have been evacuated after President Bola Tinubu approved the exercise. Over 1,000 Nigerians registered for voluntary repatriation and 397 were screened and cleared for the first flight. Meanwhile, members of South Africa's anti-illegal immigration movement gathered in Soweto for the Abahambe March. Organizers say the demonstration is aimed at fighting crime and corruption, which they argue are linked to illegal immigration. However, the march has been criticized by some civil society groups and community organizations who warn that it could fuel xenophobia, tribalism, and further divide communities. Our correspondent Innocent Simosa leads us off tonight.
While the hashtag Babahambe March is framed by organizers as a response to crime and corruption, linking these complex issues primarily to illegal migration risks, oversimplifying the root causes. Crime in South Africa is driven by multiple structural factors, including unemployment, weak policing, corruption within institutions, and socio-economic inequality, not nationality alone. Protesting to the government.
This is an indication that this government has failed, and Ramaphosa should be ashamed of himself. This is a motion of no confidence against the government of the day. For the fact that people now, they are saying enough is enough. People are protesting. People are saying these people must leave. It means that they don't have confidence in the government of the day. So what we are, asking Ramaphosa to do, stop investing 600 million policing South Africans.
Meanwhile, some critics have much could and unfairly target innocent migrants. I also had the opportunity to speak to some of the elderly participants who took part in the demonstration to understand why they choose to join the march.
The government is failing us as a citizens. They're taking their own time to fix the problem. Now people are sick and tired of this government. They want to fix things on their own. To fix this country.
Yes, Papa, I'll say the government has failed us. If you can see this crowd, it's a sign that South Africans are not working. That's why I'm here today.
Yeah, but would you say that it's because of illegal foreigners that South Africans
Yes, it is, because if we are coming from Zimbabwe, 20 rands, it will never change. Even the petrol, our fuel is so up. So we can't buy bread. So that's why we are here. We are supporting March and March.
We're still in the March protest here, anti-illegal migrant protest. Of course, they've moved towards that side, going towards the west of Soweto. In fact, I have this beaded Maasai, Kenyan Maasai bracelet on my wrist, and one of the demonstrators walk up to me and say to me, "When are you going back?" Confused, for a lack of a better term, because I was like, I'm a South African, what are you talking about? So this just goes to show how deep this issue is. Some people do the issues at hand. They do not know papers. You're actually allowed to be saying that papers, you got to go.
From Johannesburg, South Africa, Innocent Samosa, Channels Television News.
And to security. Now, the United States has disclosed that a cache of seized materials from terrorists during its recent raid in Nigeria was the largest haul of enemy electronic equipment recovered since the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. According to the U.S. government, it had to deploy an additional aircraft to evacuate electronic devices and other intelligence materials seized during the counterterrorism operation due to the sheer size of the equipment. The disclosure was made by the United States Deputy Assistant to the President and Senior Director for Counterterrorism at the National Security Council, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, during an interview with Marissa Strait, the CEO of Pergero, a U.S. conservative media organization. Dr. Gorka described the Nigerian mission as one of the most significant counterterrorism successes recorded by the administration, likening the operation to scenes from a Hollywood action thrill. Also revealed that U.S. intelligence agencies had begun to examine the devices confiscated to gain deeper insight into the communications, networks, and operational methods of the Islamic State. He said that the particular operation resulted in the killing of 199 jihadists in a single raid, which he described as the largest enemy neutralization in a single counterterrorism operation since the September 11 attacks. And to the courts now. A Kaduna State High Court has denied the bail application filed by former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai, who is standing trial on a 9-count charge bordering on alleged abuse of office. Delivering the ruling on Monday, Justice Darius Corbett held that the application lacked merit, noting that the defense failed to provide sufficient and convincing evidence to justify the exercise of the court's discretion in granting bail. The judge said no credible documents or reliable materials were presented to support the request. The proceedings were conducted in the absence of Mr. El-Rufai, who remains in the custody of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. Despite refusing the bail application, Justice Horber directed the anti-graft agency to grant the former governor unrestricted access to his medical team or any medical facility of his choice within Nigeria for appropriate treatment. The court further ordered that El-Rufai remain in ICPC custody pending the determination of the case and adjourned proceedings to July 7th and 8th, 2026 for the continuation of the trial. Some election results now. The governor of Gombe State, Sanua Yahya, sworn in the winners of last Saturday's local government elections as declared by the Gombe State Independent Electoral Commission. The All Progressives Congress won all 24 chairmanship seats and 240 councillorship seats across the state's 11 local government areas and 13 newly created local council development areas. Describing local councils as the closest tier of government to the people, Governor Yahya charged the newly elected chairpersons to uphold the Constitution, shun corruption, and deliver democratic dividends in healthcare, education, and security for the grassroots.
Of the Gombe State Government House is filled with supporters, government officials and party members as the winners of last Saturday's local government elections gathered for their swearing-in ceremony. Governor Inua Yahya arrives the venue as the elected chairpersons and councillors await the administration of the oath of allegiance and the oath of office.
Do Jerusalem is where?
One after another, the chairpersons take the oath of allegiance and the oath of office.
Pledge my official conduct.
Local governments is described as the closest tier of government to the people and a critical vehicle for delivering quality healthcare, education, social welfare, and improved security. Speaking during the ceremony, the governor urged the chairpersons to justify the confidence reposed in them by ensuring even development of every community.
More importantly, given the evolving security challenges confronting many parts of our country today, local governments have become even more critical in fostering community engagement, gathering grassroots intelligence, and strengthening local peace-building mechanisms.
The governor also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting President Bola Tinubu's re-election bid, describing it as vital to sustaining ongoing development initiatives.
As we gradually approach the 2027 general elections, I urge you to redouble your efforts in delivering responsive governance at the grassroots. Let your performance become the strongest campaign for our party.
Responding on behalf of the newly elected officials, the chairman of Gombe local government pledged their commitment to supporting the governor's developmental agenda and ensuring effective grassroots governance.
We would like to appreciate you, to thank you, and to let you know that we will never let you down, Your Excellency. We will do our best and move down to the grassroots to extend your hands of unity, your hands of support, and your hands of wealth to all people of Gombe State.
As the event ends, Governor Yahaya presented new vehicles to the 24 local government chairpersons to facilitate service delivery across their respective councils.
And in other developments, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Olatunji Disos, commended Enugu State Governor, Mr. Peter Mbah, for establishing the state's Command and Control Center, describing it as a model for enhancing security operations across the country. Speaking after touring the facility in Enugu State, the IGP said he was impressed by its advanced surveillance technology, including AI-powered cameras capable of monitoring forests and other strategic locations across the state. The police chief noted that the center provides real-time monitoring and rapid response capabilities, significantly strengthening efforts to combat crime and improve public safety. He also praised the state's distress response squad, saying the initiative has boosted public confidence and enhanced collaboration between citizens and security agencies.
I have moved around the state before finally coming to the state control room, and I looked around. I've seen the facilities they have. I must confess, I'm surprised we have this kind of facility here in this state. Because, you know, I worked in Lagos, from Lagos. I know we had something like this in Lagos, but the advancement of this present one amazes me. This is a control room that has a lot of facilities with the ability to see almost everywhere in this state. There is no place that is left ungoverned from the control room. We can see the forest, they can zoom in. I think over 40% zoom to be able to see into far, far distance. They can zoom in close to 30 kilometers away. That is a great one for us in security. I wish every state in Nigeria will come here, emulate what they have here. I have seen cameras, I have seen officers dedicated to certain areas of the town, watching, seeing what is happening. I have seen records of successes recorded through this control room. One more time, I wish all the states in Nigeria will come around, see what is happening here, and emulate it.
And in part two, after the break, the Federal Executive Council approves comprehensive reforms for the National Youth Service Corps. Under the new policy, the scheme will now be led by a civilian. Please join us again.
Welcome to the Gathering on 100, the biggest and largest Nigeria Youth Link-Up here in Lagos, Nigeria. If you love to dance, if you love to party, if you love artwork, if you love tattoos. So we're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1.
I've been digging, and it's lit!
This was their creation. We're extremely proud of what they've done. It's an incredible gathering, and we're very positive that this is going to be something that we're going to build on.
True strength. What defines it? The brilliance of a player? Or when a team comes together to win? A solo beat? Or the rhythm of many? The flair of one dancer or the art of a troupe? One distinct voice or the beauty of the symphony? At FCMB Group, we build ecosystems, empower communities, and create the future. Because we believe it's not just one, but the power of the group that delivers the future we all desire. FCMB, the power of the group.
Some of life's biggest joys begin with the smallest moments. A shared laugh, a proud smile, and a playful dance full of life. That's why nourishment should fit every moment, so you're always ready. Maltina, nourishment fit for you. Nourishing minds, sharing happiness for 50 years.
Changes everything with Able. Able HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.
This is the vibe that you need. That all good, I like the way I'm feeling now, feeling. That zone where you just stay all right. It's that deep, effortless richness of a full brew taste. That's what you'll find in every drop of Legend Extra Stout. Legend Extra Stout. It flows.
Oh. You feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. Do you feel it now?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
I am your chef of life.
Mr. Chef, it's a two-finger crush.
Pass me the chicken and all
I am your chef of life. I am your chef of life. Chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Mama Maka, we got this.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is the true taste of home and culture.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
This is Mr. Flavor, Ijele One of Africa. We're taking the Afro-culture experience to the Indigo O2 Arena, London. And yes, Live Beer wants to take you to come watch me perform live. So to win, buy 2 refreshing bottles of live lager and you get an instant raffle ticket. And with that raffle ticket, you stand a chance to party with Ijele One of Africa. I want a live lager.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Federal government resumes evacuation of Nigerians opting to return home ahead of South Africa's deadline for foreign nationals. The United States reports that a Nigerian counterterrorism operation killed 199 jihadists and recovered the largest cache of electronic materials seized since the September 11 attacks. And Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, says in spite of the benefits of artificial intelligence, it cannot replace judges in determining legal rights and obligations. And Venezuela's acting president says displaced persons will be sheltered in temporary camps as earthquake death toll surpasses 1,400. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, says that while artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies are reshaping the administration of justice, they can never replace the constitutional duty of judges to determine legal rights and obligations. Justice Kekereekun made this comments while delivering the keynote speech on Monday at the Nigerian Bar Association Lagos Branch 2026 Law Week, themed Beyond Disruption, redefining legal practice at the intersection of law, technology, and justice. According to the CJN, every major technological advancement ultimately ends up before the court, where it must be tested not only for innovation, but also for its compliance with constitutional principles, fairness, and the rule of law. Our Judiciary correspondent, Shola Shoyole, now reports.
The opening ceremony of the NBA Lagos Law Week attracted judges, government officials, as well as members of the inner and the outer bar. The Law Week had the theme, Lawyering in the Digital Age, and the keynote speaker, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, spoke to the sub-theme, Beyond Disruption, redefining legal practice at the intersection of law, technology, and justice.
Technology is an instrument of justice. It can never become its substitute. Judicial decision-making involves far more than applying rules to facts. It requires the interpretation of constitutional values, the assessment of credibility, the balancing of competing rights, and the exercise of judicial conscience. Those responsibilities cannot be delegated to algorithms.
On judicial reforms, the CJN said the judiciary has made significant progress through electronic filing and virtual court proceedings, even as she disclosed that plans are underway for the rollout of a national case management system.
This represents one of the most significant institutional reforms ever undertaken by our apex court. Beyond closely aligned with this initiative is the forthcoming unveiling of the Supreme Court's mandatory upload of electronic copies of processes, record of appeal, and other matters, Practice Directions 2026.
On its part, the Lagos State government restates its commitment to leveraging technology to improve the judiciary.
Accordingly, we have continued to leverage technology to improve public service delivery, including the justice sector, through electronic filing, digital case management, and other technology-driven reforms aimed at making justice faster, more transparent, and more accessible.
The leadership of the NBA Lagos says the branch will continue to work with stakeholders to strengthen the justice system and the profession.
I must be fair to the judiciary that the challenges are not limited to the judiciary. Part of the challenges we face as a nation come with interconnectivity issues, the absence of power, and that's the reliance on technology. It's not a standalone. It has to be in an environment that works. So we'll continue to engage with relevant stakeholders, Lagos State Judiciary, the National Judicial Commission. We'll continue to engage and hope that our feedback will be taken on board, and we continue to refine the systems which we must adopt. We don't have a choice.
Over the next few days, the lawyers will also confront increasing incidents of data breaches, compliance, ethics, and the question of fair remuneration, especially for the younger lawyers. Shola Sheyeli, Channels Television News.
All right, let's get more stories now from the nation's capital with Terry Ikumi. Hello, Terry.
Well, hi, laddie. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
The Federal Executive Council has approved a holistic reform of the National Youth Service Corps for the first time in its 53-year history. Under the reform, the NYSC will be led by a civilian, while the military will continue to handle security for corps members across the country. Our State House correspondent Larry Lassisi has a report on the day's event.
Cabinet ministers and other members of the Federal Executive Council arriving for their meeting. Once the president is seated, the meeting commences. First is the swearing in of commissioners for the National Population Commission and the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. And the meeting proper commences behind closed doors. The meeting concludes and 8 ministers are joined by the Special Advisor on Policy to outline the key resolutions of the meeting.
I'm happy to tell you that it has been approved for the reform of National Youth Service Corps.
What is important is Mr. President, in his usual bold and courageous way, has taken on this holistic reform of the NYSC, which has never been done in the last 53 years of its establishment. NYSC will be civilian-led with clarity of the fact that we need to build the skill set of our youth to enable them function and support the government in building a $1 trillion economy.
The presidential aide also made some clarifications.
We recognize that NYSC is spread across the whole country, and security is the core aspect of ensuring the safety of our core members. So the safety aspect of our core members still remains with the military, but the operational leadership of the NYSC will be civilian-led. But the security will continue to be anchored and implemented by the Nigerian military. We're not increasing the length of the NYSC itself. It still remains within the period. So what we're looking to do with the digital core is to provide our graduates with certifications that will enable them to be self-employed. So there are certain certifications that need to be done over a period of 3 months, some of them over a period of 6 months. So within that period, they will remain in training so that they are not posted for primary assignment if the training requires for them to be in the classroom or for them to join virtually.
The Minister of Finance also outlined some of the approvals received for different sectors.
How to bring the cost of transportation down. Some of these investments had already been made based on anticipatory approval by Mr. President, given the urgency of those interventions, and Council today approved. The next heading is to do with power. Under this heading, we had one memo where Council approved the credit facility from the Islamic Development Bank. So this is a $160 million facility for Niger State solar energy development projects. The Islamic Development Bank will provide $150 million, and the government of Niger State will provide the counterpart funding of $10 million.
The Federal Executive Council also considered some memos from the Ministry of Works and approved several strategic roads and infrastructure that is aimed at enhancing connectivity, safety, and the economy in several corridors and several states. Other memos from the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy were also approved. From the Federal Executive Council here at the State House, Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
Well, still ahead on the news at 10, federal government begins plans for fresh Eurobond as it seeks to raise funds from international investors. That's on business news, too. Stay with us.
There goes that smile I fell in love with.
Every day, same corner, same hour, same chemistry since day one. I absolutely love it. But even when everywhere goes dark, this connection is still lit. Long live this long-distance relationship. Get Airtel Smart Connect today. Call toll-free on 0911000080.
They can keep us off the pitch, but they can't stop us from winning.
It's plenty! Play for free every day with BetKing Daily Awards and stand a chance to win big on sports, virtuals, and games. This season, the game is yours to win. That feeling, that's BetKing.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He dribbles past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. When we're out together dancing, cheek
What's your
to
name?
cheek.
I'm Max.
When your name couldn't open doors, you didn't give up. You made your way in anyway, only to find out that there are many doors you still need to open. So you work hard to get the keys until your name began to open doors.
Let Meristem help you keep the doors open for generations to come. Meristem, let's grow wealth for you.
Dad, can I read my essay now?
After dinner, son.
It's alright. Let's have it, son.
Things I'm happy for. I'm happy that Mom smiles more now. I know she works hard and sometimes her back hurts. I don't want Mom to have a bendy back. But now, washing is easier and faster. Sometimes, Mom doesn't even have to leave the couch. I'm happy that Grandpa can finally have his favorite grilled bole anytime he wants.
Grandpa!
Life is good.
It's bole.
I remember when Dad used to rush to the fridge for a drink. I was always scared that one day he's had my fridge from thinking too hard about what to choose. Mom! Dad's head is frozen again! Thank God, Dad's new fridge is cool. I'm happy for my family.
Life's good, son. Life is good.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant. That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone because your underarms deserve more. Nivea is for skin.
Calm down. What if I ruin everything? Auntie Amina is coming. Just pass the beef and dawa cubes. No Hassan. With Mr. Chef, it's a 2-finger crush.
I am the chef of life. Chef of life with Mr. Chef.
This is the true taste of home
and culture.
Chef of life.
Tired of the snow? Tired of the bad TV signals? Nigeria has gone digital. Introducing Free TV, the national platform for every Nigerian. Get 100 plus channels immediately. Sports, news, and entertainment in your
native language with clear picture quality. Whether you're in the city or the village, our satellite signal reaches every corner of 36 states from day one. No monthly subscription, just a compatible decoder and you are set. It's a national asset built for you. Take the show on the road, download the free TV app and stream your favorite channels anywhere. Starting this May, scan to download the app or call 0700 388 7277. Free TV, digital TV for free. Brought to you by NBC.
Welcome back to the news at 10. We're turning our attention to infrastructure. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the opening up and rehabilitation of Karu interchange and township roads is a testament to President Bola Tinubu's pledge to ensure that no part of the country is left behind in his renewed hope agenda for development. The Vice President, who represented the President at the commissioning of the Karu Satellite Town interchange and roads, also commended the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike for carrying out the President's mandate dutifully. Our correspondent Dilo Moyeni reports.
Leaders who are...
This is the commissioning of the rehabilitated and expanded roads from Karu Interchange to Customs Clinic Junction and other adjoining roads in Karu, a satellite town in Abuja.
Ably represented today by our affable...
The Vice President, who is representing President Bola Tinubu, reiterates that the renewed hope agenda will touch every part of the country.
It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today as we take another monumental stride in our administration's dedicated drive to structure of our nation's capital. We are gathered here once again in the historic and bustling hub of Karu. Just last week, we were in this vicinity to commission water supply to Karu and surrounding communities. Today it is roads. Indeed, this project stands as a clear testament to our promise to resolve urban congestion and uplift the living standards of our people.
The administration of the Federal Capital Territory speaks on the motivation behind the project.
Somebody sent me a text and told me that how you would recollect how this road, the axis between Yaya and Maraba, that it was a traffic problem. But he lived there because the rent was low. Why was the rent fee low? No road. You hardly want to come back from work. You would like to stay in your office. But today, look at construction everywhere.
The successful completion of this project will significantly improve accessibility, smooth flow of traffic, effective drainage system, and enhanced security of lives and properties within the area. All these improvements will undoubtedly stimulate economic activities, improve social connectivity, and contribute to the overall development of Karu and its environs.
Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, today, Monday, 29th June 2026.
The road is then commissioned. Daily Omoyeni, Channels Television News.
Well, that's it from the nation's capital. Back to Laddie Williams in Lagos.
All right, thank you, Terry. All right, to some company news now. The Nigerian Bottling Company has added a new production capacity to enhance its production process at its Ashejire plant in Ibadan, Oyo State, as well as the Chalawa plant in Kano. The latest enhancement to its production capacity represents the first delivered proof point of Coca-Cola's system's $1 billion five-year investment program in Nigeria. The project, which aims to deepen the manufacturing capacity of Coca-Cola in Nigeria, also heralds the 75th anniversary celebration of the company in Nigeria.
It's been 75 eventful years of profitable business across Nigeria for the Nigerian Bottling Company Limited, a leading consumer packaged goods company and a member of the Coca-Cola HBC Group.
speaking at the commissioning of the Production Capacity Enhancement Project, the Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Senator John Eno, notes that the long years of partnership between Nigeria and NBC culminates from the shared vision, resilience, and enabling environment, and this has yielded opportunities for thousands of Nigerians in direct labor and many more others through indirect labor.
More than 160,000 livelihoods carried along this value chain. 53 jobs created somewhere in Nigeria for every single job inside the Coca-Cola system itself.
The managing director, NBC, Guran Sladik, says NBC has been an integral part of Nigerian communities for over 40 years. He adds that the Ashijiri and Chalawa enhancement projects signal the commencement of $1 billion nationwide program that would ensure further production capacity additions across NBC's plants in 2026.
This capability enhancement are another delivered proof of the Coca-Cola system $1 billion 5-year investment program in Nigeria. Over the past decade alone, we have invested more than $1.5 billion in Nigeria to expand and modernize our operations.
The MD adds that Coca-Cola System's investment in Nigeria goes beyond just plants and machinery, as it generates $1 billion in value-added economic activity, creating jobs, improving livelihoods, even as it builds capacity.
Today's production capacity enhancement at Asejere is proof of what is achievable when private sector commitment is matched by enabling policy environment.
The minister traces NBC's remarkable success story in Nigeria, which he says further establishes the fact that the country would not shut its door on noble ideas that can breed greatness.
We are proud of the journey you have made with us and to the conversation that will begin in September. We intend to make the next 75 years even more worthy of that confidence.
The event also witnesses the unveiling of NBC's 75th anniversary commemorative label, a limited edition label presented to the minister symbolizing 75 years of refreshing Nigerians who choose to be a part of NBC's story with loyalty to its brand every day. Bukola Uriowu, Channels Television News.
All right, let's find out what's going up or down in the world of business. Willie Bong has more.
Thank you, Laddie. What's going up is that the federal government has begun preparations for a fresh Eurobond issuance as it seeks to raise funds from the international capital market. The Debt Management Office, DMO, has invited investment banks and legal advisors to bid for roles on the planned transaction. The size and timing of the offering would depend on market conditions and government approvals. The Eurobond is expected to help refinance Nigeria's maturing debt, support budget financing, and diversify funding sources following the recent drawdown of $1.5 billion from its $5 billion financing agreement with First Abu Dhabi Bank. The move comes after Nigeria's November Eurobond issuance attracted demand worth 5 times the amount offered, signaling strong investor appetite.
We now come to I would like each the shareholders.
Odua Investment Company Limited has announced a record-breaking profit before tax of 23.58 billion naira for the 2025 financial year, representing an extraordinary 410% increase from the 4.62 billion naira recorded in 2024, as the conglomerate unveiled an ambitious roadmap to attain 1 trillion naira in total assets by 2030. The impressive financial performance was disclosed last week during the company's 44th annual general meeting held at the newly reconstructed Premier Hotel Ibadan, Oyo State, where shareholders also witnessed a significant leadership transition as the outgoing group chairman, Bimbo Ashiru, formally handed over the reins of the company to renowned businessman and board member Dr. Tola Kasali. The AGM, attended by the representatives of the 6 Southwest shareholder states, directors, management staff, investors and members of the media reflects what stakeholders described as one of the most remarkable transformation stories in Nigeria's corporate landscape.
A world-class conglomerate, one of the best in the country, and today we are happy. Declaring a profit of over 23 billion, before tax, and about 22 billion after tax, clearly shows the resilience, the focus, and the dynamics of the board of directors.
We normally plan in 5-year tranches. So our first plan was between 2021 and 2025. That's 5 years, which we have now achieved. We call it SRC 1.0. S is for sweat, then you have revive, and you have create. But now we have SRC 2.0, and our target is to grow this business from about 3.8 or 380 billion to about 1 trillion balance sheet.
Now we're checking with the domestic stock market, which extended negative trading into the last trading week of the month of June. As sell-offs persist in the market, John Mekwa has more.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Stock Market Report. It's still a red market. The trend has not changed. Today, the hardest hit is MTN. MTN Nigeria lost about 83 naira off its share price to close at 747 naira. But it's not alone. We look at the sectors and we see that almost everybody, Fugas also have experienced a huge takeaway from their prices. And so banking is down 1.22% because of the Fugas. Consumer goods is also down. Dangote Sugar is a major contributor to this. And of course, industrial goods also in that trend. Austin Lars is part of that, contributing to that. At the close of trade today, more than 2 trillion naira is what investors took out of the market. Investors, where is this money going to? Well, all shares down 1.57, 228,401.92, and the market cap at 146.564 trillion naira. Another red market, another victory to the bear.
We definitely saw significant block trades in the stock market today. Thank you, Ini. Well, let's check out the closing numbers for other major stock markets now. And that's business news. I am Will Ibong. It's back to you, Laddie.
Thank you, Will. Well, still to come on the news at 10. Venezuela's acting president says displaced persons will be sheltered in temporary camps as earthquake death toll rises.
You feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
Welcome to the Gathering on 100, the biggest and largest Nigeria Youth Link-Up here in Lagos, Nigeria. If you love to dance, if you love to party, if you love artwork, if you love tattoos, so we're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. I've been digging, and it's lit!
This was their creation. We're extremely proud of what they've done. It's an incredible gathering, and we're very positive that this is going to be something that we're going to build on.
premium wellness checks. No visas, no long flights, just family by your side. Exceptional healthcare isn't only across the ocean anymore. It's here. Duchess International Hospital. World-class care here at home. Experience the new standard.
Stay confident. Stay confident. Stay for.
Here, the remarkable rescue of a mother and her 18-day-old baby, who she said, as long as he stayed alive, I would also stay alive. There is still a shortage of machinery needed, and some Venezuelans say the government hasn't done enough to help. The US and Iran have agreed to stand down following an exchange of strikes over the past few days. It comes after several attacks in and around the Strait of Hormuz, culminating in both nations accusing each other of violating the ceasefire. According to a US official, vessels will now be able to move through the waterway freely. Iran has not commented on the reports that it has agreed to halt strikes on the strait. On the 17th of June, Iran agreed to use its best efforts for the safe passage of commercial vessels with no charge for 60 days. At least 5 people have been killed following a shooting at a youth centre in Stade in northern Germany. 2 people have been arrested, one of whom is a suspect. They have not provided information on the age of the victims or the possible motive of the perpetrator. A number of people were also injured in the shooting, but police said there is no further threat to the public. Large numbers of emergency personnel are at the scene. Police have advised people to avoid the area. Europe's unprecedented early summer heatwave may be responsible for hundreds of excess deaths. That's according to the head of the World Health Organization. Temperature records were broken across the continent again this weekend, including in Germany, Poland and the Czech Republic, as the extreme heat continued to move east. World Health Organization Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said more than 1,300 excess deaths had been recorded since the 21st of June, linked to high temperatures. France's National Health Ministry said there had been around 1,000 more deaths than expected in the country since Wednesday. Soldiers in Uganda have forced 2 of the country's biggest independent news outlets off the air. Members of the army could be seen sitting outside the offices, blocking staff from entering. NTV Uganda, Spark TV and the Daily Monitor newspaper, all part of the Nation Media Group, stopped broadcasting before dawn. In posts online, General Muhoozi declared, "In Uganda, I do not believe in a free press," and said all critical coverage must now be cleared by his office. Press freedom groups have reacted with alarm, noting the order came in the general's own name just months before national elections. Tensions are flaring again along the disputed Cambodia-Thailand frontier, with Phnom Penh lodging a formal protest against Thai forces of fresh violations of its sovereignty. Cambodia says Thai troops have been planting flags, building concrete barriers and clearing land on territory it claims in breach of a ceasefire agreed late last year. That truce ended months of deadly clashes along the 800-kilometre border that killed more than 100 people and drove close to 1 million from their homes. Cambodian officials say residents have protested peacefully to defend their farmland and are urging dialogue. And an unassuming-looking fossil that spent 40 years lying forgotten in a drawer has turned out to be the first dinosaur bone ever found in Antarctica. The specimen was unearthed in 1985, but the team that discovered it was not sure what it was, so it was stored away in the geology collection of the British Antarctic Survey in Cambridge. Now the fossil has been studied by paleontologists who have confirmed that it is a tailbone from a type of dinosaur called Titanosaur, the group that contained the largest dinosaurs to ever walk the Earth. The discovery helps to reveal more about how these beasts lived in a part of the world where the fossil record is sparse.
It's only when you sort of start thinking, what's in this drawer? And sometimes you come across something and you think, this looks interesting. Bearing in mind that these have been written out in the field, halfway up an exposed slope where it's freezing cold and there's a wind blowing. It's the 9th of December. The paleontologist here, Mike Thompson, he's noting the various different fossils that he's finding. And down here, he does a very good sketch of this. And he says, vertebra of large reptile.
Although it's not too much to look at, it actually has a really distinctive shape. Here we can see the socket of that joint at one end and the ball at the other end. And this is a combination of features that's completely unique to these types of dinosaurs. And as soon as I saw it, I knew that's what we were dealing with.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel studios in Lagos.
Thank you, Simon. Welcome to Sports News. Five-time champions Brazil fought back to beat Asian powerhouse Japan 2-1 to reach the round of 16 at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. Kaishu Sano gave Japan the lead after scoring a class solo goal in the 29th minute. Carlo Ancelotti's men hit back 11 minutes after half-time with a header from Casemiro, and substitute Gabriel Martinelli scored deep in injury time as Brazil secured a well-deserved win. And Netherlands centre-back Virgil van Dijk expects a tough match against a Moroccan side possessing great qualities in tonight's round of 32 clash. Van Dijk admits the Moroccan squad currently boasts one of the best right-backs in the world football, Achraf Hakimi. And Morocco coach Nabil says his side's unbeaten group stage campaign would count for little when they face the Netherlands in the World Cup last 32 later tonight, insisting the knockout phase demanded a different mentality. The Atlas Lions reached the knockout stage after earning 7 points from matches against Brazil, Scotland and Haiti, finishing second in Group C behind the 5-time champions on goal difference. That sports is back to you, Laddie.
Thanks, Chris. Well, the main news again. The federal government has resumed evacuation of Nigerians opting to return home ahead of South Africa's deadline for foreign nationals. The next batch of evacuees are due to arrive early on Tuesday morning. The United States has reported that a Nigerian counterterrorism operation killed 199 jihadists and recovered the largest cache of electronic materials seized since the September 11 attacks. And that's it on News at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Laddie Williams. From me and the team right here at Channels HQ. Good night.
Hello out there, my name is Laolu Akonde and you are on to Inside Sources. Today I'm reporting